Hello, darling. I saw this comment in a YouTube stream by Ethan. The only thing I'm asking for is to be profitable this cycle. I know, I know. But I just want to temper everyone's expectations. Now, I've gone through this a lot in my ultimate secret bull market strategy guide. Yes, with my fluffy microphone, of course. But I'll just repeat here to you. So, 10 years ago, you and I weren't in crypto. That was the time to buy. Okay, so we can't go back 10 years ago. All right. What about 4 years ago, though? The last Bitcoin halving. Well, 4 years ago, friends, Ethereum was about $350. And it did a 10x pump. And I'll show that to you right now, friends. So Ethereum, here you go. 4 years ago, see around August, around here, see, it's around $350. And then it went on to do a 10x. Very, very nice. Okay, now remember all the altcoins, they are a function of whatever Ethereum did. So Ethereum did a 10, and using the others ETH ratio, you can see how much altcoins did on top of ETH. Okay, we can use the others ETH ratio to actually see what they did. And that's why I have this chart right here. Back from 4 years ago, you can actually go to around August 2020. It's around here. Now, up to the top, friends, it's only about a 50%. See that? So starting from around here, literally August, literally right here, I'm not even joking, August up to, this was the top, April 2021, 50%. So Ethereum did 10, the rest of the altcoins did 15. Now that is an average. That includes a lot of junk because there are 50 and 60 X's there balanced by 3 X's and 4 X's junk like Litecoin and EOS and stuff, okay? But we have to temper our expectations because what if Ethereum doesn't do a 10 banger? This time. What if it only does a 4? If it only does a 4, well, the base is going to be less. So I'm just helping you, man. Just understand there is a way around it, man. You got to bet more. You got to bet more. Now, I've been saying this for literally years. That's my mantra, man. Since 2022, I keep saying buy in the depression, sell in the euphoria. So forget the euphoria part. You have to buy in the depression. You have to buy and bet more than you can afford to lose. Not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I'm just telling you mathematically, statistically, this is the game. This is how the game works. Okay, you have to do that. It's kind of like, okay, you're down 1-0. There's 15 minutes to go on the clock. You're a soccer team. Some say football. I get it, friends. I get it. It's controversial out there these times. But you're going to have to play super hard. You have to play aggressive. You're down 1-0. You have to go on the attack. Maybe you put 5 strikers up instead of normally 4, right? 2 forwards, 2 mids. So that's the type of stuff you're looking at. If Ethereum only does a 4 and the rest do an 8, you might think, man, that's not an 80. Where's my 100x? I'm thinking that too, but I'm just helping you temper your expectations, friends. Now, it's a bit hard when you have an ass-eating snake and that ass it's eating is its own ass, isn't it? Because this is what Vitalik referred to the crypto industry, as you got to see, friends. He referred to it. He talked about fudding DeFi a few times, right? He's called it Oroborous. All right, what's Oroborous? It's that snake that eats its own ass. Of course, for all the ass lovers out here, yeah, man. Look, I've made a very bold statement out here just to confirm to everybody that being able to eat your own ass is an Olympian level skill and an accomplishment. So I don't want to hear this FUD and disrespect, especially from Lord Vitalik. Don't worry about him, friends. And look, what they actually mean is, okay, what they mean is they go self-circular. I called it a closed circle Ponzi. But here's the thing, man. We are a pirate island. We are not in normie land. In normie land, everybody's poor. All right? It's a big fat pyramid. You're getting dunked on. Okay? The sewer lines go down and just shit on everybody's plate. You're getting diluted by the traditional fiat system. You're getting screwed by middlemen. On Pirate Island, it's dangerous. There are sharks circling the island. Okay? There are cannibals everywhere. There's wild hogs. They can tear you to pieces. But there's some golden apples. There's mermaids. There's dolphins that do backflips. We have the nicest barbecues there. And all the babes there, yeah, they're wearing coconut bras. You see that? That's the island we're in, friends. But it is a pirate island, okay? We have to do things a bit non-traditional. There are no, like, police. We have to do self-police. Like, for example, people find the North Korean hackers and they have to alert everybody. And Genius ID, shout out to Mr. Pop Funk who figured this out. To test whether you have a North Korean person who is in your company, you basically get your employee So they pick out like that random Asian dude and they literally say, hey, say something bad about Kim Jong-un and North Korea. Tell me that they are scum of the earth and dog shit. Tell it to me right now. Now, he actually tried it with one of the people who were interviewing, and the guy immediately closed the message chat. So you see what I mean? This is self-regulating, self-policing stuff, okay? This is the type of stuff that happens in Crypto Island. But it is an Oroborous, isn't it? Like your own island. So you have to grow apples from the island itself. You can't import apples. That's the crypto rails. That's why we need stuff like MetaMask and all the other wallets to like link to bank accounts to basically get the crypto rails in, all right? But we know, friends, we are a better system than TradFi. We know traditional finance sucks. It sucks. You need $1 million to be accredited, number one. Number two, you can't get anything early. And number three, nothing even there goes up. They're expensive by the time you get in, right? So you can't be early even if you wanted to. And then everything else there, even if you are early, still garbage. Crypto is just a better system. That's it. And just for the record, yeah, it's gambling. Most of it's gambling. Right? It's funny. People say that to me in real life. They go, oh, I don't want to upset you, Tommy, but I think crypto's gambling. I'm like, bro, you're thinking it's gambling, but you haven't even seen the real story, friends. See, these people are saying it's gambling. They haven't seen the coin fresh and direct of a guy who's like, he's in debt to his parents like 80 grand and he's decided to go 2x leverage long to try to do it again. Okay, it's more gambling than they can even think. But everybody gambles. The average US household spends 1,100 American dollars per year on sports gambling. Now, when I read that, I was shocked and I was disappointed and I was appalled. You spend $1,100 a year to lose? Give yourself an edge. By the way, you do lose, and they block your account if you win, just to let you guys know. A lot of people aren't familiar with sports gambling, friends. That's how you know if someone... I'll just let you... It's truth, right? If someone's had a sports betting account for like longer than a year, they lose. Okay, even longer than 6 months. By the way, I used to know a guy. I won't tell you his name or anything. I don't want to get him like in jail. But I used to know a guy. He would buy people's IDs to use, and he would make accounts for them, and he would bet using their accounts, and he'd get banned after 3 days. So he would pay people like $200 just to use their ID. He'd always find someone new. He'd go on a spree. He'd collect like 20, just to use their ID for one website. And he would pretty much gamble, and he was trading, like scalping horse odds and racing. He was making a good living. He was making a couple of $100 grand a year doing. This was years and years and years ago. So it's interesting how we trade and stuff crypto. Yeah, there's people doing that now. I think his edge has worn away now, but I'm just showing you that this is the type of stuff that's going on out there, right? In terms of gambling, and that's why I always think, man. I always think to myself, where are my Habibi Albis? You're gambling $1,100 a year. That means in 5 years, you've blown $5.5 grand. 5 years, that's a crypto cycle. So in a crypto cycle, you've blown $5 grand to the sports betting bookies who are taking your money. You don't have a chance of making 10 to 20x. Because even if you did, by the way, they ban your account. Okay, so yeah, by the way, that guy, that gentle sir, yeah, his account he'd get banned every 3 days. It's funny, man. He wasn't doing anything illegal. He was literally just a really good punter. He could find out which odds were out of whack for horses and stuff. Okay, so it's really good. It's kind of funny to think about. In crypto, they don't do that. They can't do that. There's no off button. All right. So that $5,000 though, if the average US household is willing to bet that much, you can change your life in crypto, man. What the hell are you wasting your time for? Even okay, you're not going to make 100x, but you can. You can. All right, what if you only make 10? That's 50 grand, man. 50 grand? Come on. So, crypto, the asset that eats its own ass, it still provides that opportunity. Now, obviously, if you go listen to all the rhetoric by Vitalik and everybody else who speaks super, super smart, what they don't like is financialization as the means. They don't like that. So I think they don't like people speculating for the sake of speculating. Well, here's the thing, bro. I'm just going to show you something. Oh boy, you're not going to like this. How big is the derivatives market in the world? It's over $1 quadrillion. Is that like over 1,000 trillion? My gosh, that's 1,000 trillion. Okay, friends, this is going to blow your mind as well. Look at this. Total number of options traded worldwide went to 108 billion, up 98% from last year. Now, you're probably confused as well. Like, options, I thought that's for smart people. Yeah, smart gamblers. It's all for gambling. All of it's speculation. All of it. Yeah, there's like that one loser who wants to actually hedge. I'm not even joking, by the way, friends. It's literally all gambling. I'm not kidding. They dress it up. Sophistication and prices, and this guy needs to do this. It's gambling. Okay, I promise you it's gambling. There's just like, it's gambling for like white dudes in a cubicle, all right? They don't have like your little dog coin that can go up 40x. It's a different type of gambling, all right? So they're all doing it. I'm thinking like, why don't you gamble with an edge, man? Why don't you gamble with an edge? But obviously we know, friends, why don't you gamble with an edge? They're like, oh, because I want to see people winning first, which means they want to buy high, which means they want to wait until everybody else is making money, which means they want to come at the end and lose, which is unfortunately the tragedy of the masses, the tragedy of the commons. They only notice things after everybody else has already made money, which means that they are now the exit liquidity. But you're going to have to learn somehow. You have to be a two-cycler. I'm sure many of you have known now you have to be a two-cycler, right? Nobody got rich in 2021 when you joined in 2021. So now you have to go play for the next cycle. So that would be pretty much most of my content as we move into euphoria for the crypto cycle. Hopefully get mega pumping prices. I'll be telling everyone, hey, congratulations, you've joined now. You're going to do really well in 5 years. You're a two-cycler now, friends. I know you don't want to hear that. Enjoy it on the way down. But just, yeah, no one's going to listen to that part. Everyone's going to be listening to the whole 10 coins to change your life with 400,000x. Don't forget, friends, Oroborous, the snake that eats its own ass. Everything's like that in the world, you know, everything. And countries, friends, they try to scam their way out of it. How? Manipulating their currency cheaper. So people get, they're like, there's more tourism coming in. So nothing is perfect, man. We're all human. There's no like exogenous source of money that can come out and just stimulate stuff, right? That's why they even have the money printer as pretty much a last resort. So even though everybody else, you know, was just worried about, hey, is anything sustainable for the future? And what about the yield and stuff? And like, yeah, well, real world assets, friends, which is why I mentioned that. Vitalik, he wants money to come from like outside of crypto, which everyone does. Everyone does. Problem is though, it's a chicken and egg problem. They're not going to come unless there's a lot of people. And a lot of people are not going to come unless there's something to make money. Do you get it? So who comes first? Well, now we know the people come first. The people come first and they just bet on things to make money, even if it's just PvP mode. They do that first. It's a means. It's a necessary means to get to the end. Don't forget, friends, when I made this, the guy on the left, you might recognize him, is an alpha male and you have a beta male, okay? The beta male, soy infused, avoids eye contact, slouches, drinks soy. He's holding soy right now. This alpha male mogs everybody, mogs the soy boys, okay? Has a very fluffy microphone. Good eye contact, of course, friends. The straightest posture, Burj Khalifa posture, fluffy slippers. You're not going to make it if you don't believe, man. If you honestly think some little bitch with stable coins is going to come in here and actually taint the heart and the soul of believers out there, you're not going to make it. Do you know how hard it was to hold Bitcoin at the start, friends? Of course it was hard. Imagine you put in $1,000 and then it did 100x. Bitcoin went from $1 to $100. You've never before seen anything like that in your life, man. You're like, oh my gosh, I just got 100 times my money. Selling was the wrong move. Selling was literally the wrong move. You were going to be worth 100 million. You just have to keep holding. Now, don't run with it. As you always know, don't ever anchor to the unicorn. But I'm just telling you. The only way to make is to believe. Not saying everybody who believes makes it. I'm just telling you, everybody who made it believed. You see that subset? Yes. Everybody's going to believe in everything, not everything's going to make it. However, if you never believe, you don't even get a chance to make it. And we know that now. That's why I'm wearing a Pikachu hat. That's why I have pointy elbows. And that's why you're my friend. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Tell mom and dad you love them. Just like I love you. Catch you soon.